Hello, welcome back to Off Grid Style. I'm Nikki, and I'm so glad to have you here. We are discussing how they prepared for World War II. What did they do? How did they get prepped for it? Kind of interesting. I like to see the historical significance of things that we think about today and what they did in the past, and can we take those things and use them or utilize them in our own preparedness. So let's find out.
Preparing for World War II. Civilian efforts on the home front. World War II was a global conflict that involved not only the military, but also the civilian population. As the war raged on, individuals and communities across the world took various measures to prepare for the unprecedented challenges they faced. We're going to look at the top 10 ways people prepared for World War II on the home front, highlighting the collective effort to support the war, ensure the well-being of the population, and contribute to victory. Do me a favor, compare the way people responded to World War II to how you think they would respond today. Do you think it would be similar? Let me know in the comments. Rationing, ensuring equitable distribution. Rationing was a pivotal aspect of preparing for World War II. Governments issued ration cards to control the distribution of essential items like food, fuel, and clothing. This system aimed to prevent hoarding, reduce waste, and ensure that everyone had access to basic necessities during wartime. Victory gardens, growing food for sustenance. Amid the scarcity of resources, citizens were encouraged to cultivate victory gardens in their backyards and their community spaces. These gardens produced fruits and vegetables, alleviating the pressure on the food supply chain and providing fresh produce for families. Blackout drills, protecting cities from air raids. To prepare for possible air raids, blackouts were a regular occurrence during World War II. Citizens practiced turning lights off, covering windows, and staying in designated shelters. These drills were critical in minimizing the impact of enemy bombings on urban areas. Air raid shelters, building safety on the home front. As part of civil defense efforts, people constructed air raid shelters in their homes or within their communities. These shelters provided protection during air raids and gave citizens a sense of security amid the uncertainty of war. War bonds and savings stamps, funding the war. To finance the war effort and control inflation, governments promoted the purchase of war bonds and savings stamps. Citizens invested in these, and that helped generate essential funds for the military and wartime production. Civil defense, training for emergencies. Civil defense organizations were established to train citizens in emergency response, first aid, and firefighting. These organizations prepared people to provide assistance in the event of air raids, bombings, and other wartime emergencies. Evacuations, protecting vulnerable populations. In regions that were vulnerable to enemy attacks, mass evacuations were carried out. Children and other vulnerable people were sent to rural areas, away from the dangers of bombings, to ensure their safety and their well-being. Homefront protection, supporting the war effort. Citizens were encouraged to contribute to the war effort through home front production. Many people worked in factories, sewing and knitting items for the military, from uniforms to bandages and blankets. Scrap drives, recycling for the war. To aid wartime production, citizens actively collected and donated scrap materials like rubber, metal, and paper. These materials were repurposed for military use, conserving resources and reducing waste. Volunteering, supporting soldiers and families. Numerous people volunteered their time and energy to organizations like the Red Cross or the USO. These volunteers provided vital support to soldiers and their families through services like morale-boosting entertainment, healthcare, and emotional support. The preparation for World War II was not limited to military mobilization and combat strategies. The civilian population played a critical role in the overall war effort. These top 10 ways people prepared for World War II on the home front show the depth of collective effort and resilience displayed by civilians during a time of unparalleled global conflict. The war tested not only the resolve of nations, but also the strength and the resourcefulness of ordinary people who were dedicated to victory and the preservation of their way of life.
I hope you liked the video. Please share your thoughts with me as always. Let me know what your thoughts are. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Also, check out our community page, please. We do all kinds of fun stuff on there. I do quizzes every day. We post cool survival infographics. We do funny posts, whatever you might like. It's there, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you.